Hi everybody,
How's it going?
Alex and Greg here. Next chapter of our Exocet build. So, where last we left off, we were trying to get the interior panels in.
Yeah,
I think we're done now.
That's it? Oh, well, actually we're not.
Yeah, we're
We
not
still
done.
have the wiring tray
Oh, it has to be
that we
riveted
haven't
in.
gotten yet.
So,
We're on back order.
quick story here. The fabricator where Exomotive gets their wiring trays from, I guess one of their main buildings burnt down.
Yeah.
So now all wiring trays are delayed. So we have not got our wiring tray yet, and I'm not sure how much longer.
But
So
that aside,
we're done. But the
all
interior.
stuff is done.
So where last we left off,
Done with here.
yeah, we'll show you that later. So where last we left off, we had this guy half rivet,
or something.
and as you can see, there's about 15 million rivets that.
Yeah, your forearm's burned by the end.
Yeah, like there's many rivets. There's like one part here where they have 3 rivets, and then they expect you to put a 4th one here. There's all one piece, so it's kind of comical, kind of how many rivets there are. There's no way this piece is ever coming undone.
Yeah, you don't like. There's no metal on metal vibration either. It's a pretty snug fit.
Yeah,
With that many rivets in there, like,
you gotta remember we took pieces out of here too, so it's flush everywhere. I don't know if it's hella flush, but it's flush, and then actually the last time we did this one. So.
Yeah, that one was done last.
So then so we got this in, which took a while. Then we had to.
Let's just get this guy over here. So
Yes.
we have to cut off, I'd say like half an inch over here.
Yeah.
And then I filed it all down to make it nice and smooth so no one cuts himself by accident.
And Susos.
And then, you'll see in the time lapse, the biggest bitch was getting this thing lined up.
So hold on, let's show them. So yeah, this is first, third. No.
Well.
Alright, so we might tap a little one. We're probably just gonna notch this out a hair.
Yeah.
I feel like doing. So yeah, when we tested it like a half hour ago, we were able to get into all 3 forward gears without issue. But then like as we were centering it, we saw that like you could actually hit it like over here too, but then
Yeah, so, I mean, as you get, like, I don't know if you put the camera here.
Lots of twisting and forcing with this piece.
Yeah, this piece, so I mean...
Holy shit, look right here, it's like, I got my whole finger in there.
Yeah. Well, this is for the,
ventilation?
Yeah, this is to get heating. So all the heat from the engine bay comes through here.
Ah, it was intended.
And that's
Okay,
that's how you get the heated seat. So you put a duct tape.
Yeah, ducted heat to fire up under your ass.
This thing is
Yes.
it's exotic.
Mmm.
It's Alcantara.
Pretty sure it's a Lowe's aluminum.
Hey.
So
Yeah, this piece. I mean, if you hop on the forum, just
So we did research. We didn't email Exomotive about it, but we did do like a lot of googling.
There's a lot of people that have issues.
And yeah, there's a lot of. It looks like they've been through like, I guess this is the 2nd or 3rd revision of this trans tunnel, and
It's still.
yeah, I was gonna say, and we saw some people that had this version of the trans tunnel from like 2 years ago, and yeah, it didn't fit then, and it doesn't fit now.
Actually, I mean, all right. So say maybe we're just stupid. We messed that up. This This is totally flush with the bar.
Yeah, so like,
and we have like a ½ inch gap.
so if you look here, there's tabs. They're supposed to fit in these slots.
Good luck.
Yeah, there's no way to do that while this thing sticks out. This upper vertical piece here sticks out so far relative to this, right? Yeah. This thing needs to be.
I feel like it was
this thing was flush. So yeah, our theory is this was probably originally flat, sticking off the end when they made it, and then they used like a brake to turn it 90 degrees. My theory is that it wasn't fully seated in the brake, and this bend was supposed to be like back,
like half.
About ½ inch back, or 3 or 4 mil maybe, and then this vertical piece would be like back here, and then this would be flush, and then we could fully seat the side, and the tabs would go in. But
This is the theory.
That's just a theory. Either way, the tabs don't go in. The other side is even worse. But yeah, so it doesn't go in on either side. But like as this is here, there's nothing we could do about it except try to rebend it, which we didn't feel like doing.
We don't have sheet metal too.
Yeah, and we don't care that much either. So it's not like
this is a race car.
Yeah, it's not like the car's airtight to begin with. So that being said, yeah, so we did these 2 first, right? We did these 2 first.
Yeah, then we started with the sides.
Then we started with the sides.
And we did the first one and the last one.
Yeah, we did the first one, the 4th one, and then we did the center ones. And then we basically just tried to make the edge flush with this piece of square bracket, square bar. We did that on both sides. And then we put lots of pressure on this side to center it.
Yeah, because then we noticed that it wasn't getting into.
We noticed that if you turned it all the way to the right side, that it wasn't gonna. So we aligned it, and now it goes in perfectly okay. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, honestly, we'll probably just take the shears and take off a little more.
Yeah, so this fifth thing was a new development. I guess we didn't test it after we riveted it in.
Yeah, the thing was, so we C-clamped this guy, but I guess...
Yeah, as you can see.
I mean, it was close even with the C-clamp.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just putting the rivets must have given it that, like, extra 2-3 mils.
Yeah, it's really close, but as you can see, no matter how you do it, like, you could... It's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I guess my advice is, like, I was trying to be... conservative with how much material I took off.
Be generous.
I would just take off like 3/4, half inch to 3/4 all the way around here on this side. This side is fine.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the driver's side.
Driver's side and back is fine. It's the passenger forward that's.
And who knows? Maybe if you use an NB Miata, maybe this will work perfectly.
It's a possibility.
We don't know. We don't have one. So yeah, Exomotive did lots of things well with this car. Trans tunnel, maybe not one of them. But that being said, who really cares? Like, it's good enough. That's kind of our QA level here. Good enough, and this is definitely good enough. I mean, it covers the transmission. What more do you want? Yeah. So we put in those rivets, the 4 along each side of the trans tunnel, the 2 with the bulkhead, the 2 in the rear, and then
we C-clamped that down.
And then we made it flush with the hammer.
I mean, you can probably get your finger on.
Yeah. So before we started hammering this down, you could literally get your finger, because if you look right here, like. It was like this high all the way across. So you could like slide some fingers in there. Yeah. It was not flush. And then if you did try to push that flush, then the bulkhead pulled away and then you couldn't get these centered at all. So no matter how you tried to slice it, something's going to be off. You could have did these first before you did these, and then these would have been flush, but these kick out because these elbows aren't aligned. It's just not. Yeah, it's just off.
Unless you got sheet metal tools and you're going to redo this and rebend it, or make your own. You deal with what you got.
Yeah, and it fits well enough. It covers the hole.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'd rather have it. I mean, it's ugly right here, but who cares, right? Like this isn't a show car, so whatever. That's where we're at. We finished the passenger side bulkhead. We did the trans tunnel, and now I guess we got to trim out a little more for 5th gear.
Yeah, we got to be careful. I don't want to get shavings stuck in the shifter there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because our boot is dry rotted and split in half, so we have to be careful.
I'll put something there. We'll put a blue shop rag there.
Yeah, something.
So yeah, actually, that wraps up the interior.
Yeah.
Now we did both rears, both front bulkheads,
and
the trans tunnel. Now we have an interior.
I think next time we'll probably tackle the gas tank. Get that.
Yes, we still haven't touched the gas tank. We'll probably have to go to.
We stuck these little feet in there, but it's not really doing it. I think we're honestly just going to go buy like a shit ton of washers and just shim it. Yeah,
well, we can still use the feet. We just have to use washers and long bolts, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Those are threaded too. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out next time. We have to mess with it.
The problem is you definitely need a washer on either end because the standoff's a little too thin.
Right.
And it doesn't fit perfectly.
Yeah, so we might be able to get away with a washer on each end and a big bolt through it and a nut.
You might be able to, yeah.
So that's might be what we're gonna do. But we'll talk about that next time before we get to work, and then we'll probably go to Lowe's and get the hardware necessary. You need the gas tank to be high enough so that when the rear suspension compresses, it doesn't hit the bottom of the gas tank, because that subframe will move up and down with the wheels. And if the gas
subframe's completely bolted, there's no arms.
Oh, I guess it won't.
Wait, there's no arms or anything popping up.
So wait, why do we want to mount it higher then?
I don't want the.
As long as it's not touching it should be fine, right?
Yeah, I just want the sheet metal flexing it.
Okay, yeah. All right, so scratch everything I just said. It should be fine the way it is.
There's no articulating.
No, I was thinking something's gonna move, but no, it's definitely not. So okay.
Yeah, the sway bar's out of the way too. So.
Yeah, it's in the back. Yeah, so okay, we're good then. So yeah, we have these tiny little standoffs. That's perfectly okay. We just need to, like you said, they're a bit thin. Yes.
Maybe an inch.
Yeah, just to shim because the outside diameter of the spacer is near what the hole is for the gas tank. So we'll get some fat washers to kind of center it, and then put a big bolt and a nut through it.
Yeah, prop it up a little.
And then, yeah, so that should be all we need for the fuel tank. That'll be next time. And then probably seat rails maybe.
Yeah, I think we'll be bringing the welder over next time.
We definitely need the welder over next time.
Yeah.
Just to have it
I
here.
have no idea what we're doing for the seat rails.
Yeah, we have to look
In
at
terms
that.
of idea, we have to look at the seats. The fuck are the seats?
They're out back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's where we are now. Interior completed. Next time is going to be fuel tank and probably seat rails. I mean, there's no point in going under the car to weld if we haven't, done this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, we'll probably look at the seat rails next time. We'll also check Exocet and see how they did it. I think they only riveted theirs. So we'll take a look.
Yeah, I think Cross-threaded screwed theirs in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like drilled taps?
I think they drilled the hole. I could be wrong. I think they drilled the hole straight through.
Oh, okay.
And just put a bolt in the nut.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I think I'll just weld something in.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
We'll tackle that when we get to it. But yeah, that's the long and short of it. And so yeah, seat rails, and fuel tank. And honestly, if we can get the seat or the fuel tank finished and bolted in, and we can get the one of the rails bolted or like welded, I'd be very happy with that.
I don't think that's happening all next week.
Yeah, we'll take a look. We'll see what happens. So
Be optimistic.
yeah, let me be a little optimistic. I don't think it's too optimistic though. We'll see.
There'll be a lot of measuring. And
yeah, whatever happens, happens. And yep, that's where we're at. So I think that's the end of this video, and we'll let you know what happens next time.
Yeah.
And that'll be. Oh, by the way, this rigid drill is 18 volt. Like, rigid is like Home Depot's brand, and this stupid thing did all these rivets, and it's an old drill too. It's been like shit. I don't know how long. Maybe 5 years old, something like that.
You're scratching our interior with that drill.
My mistake. So you see here, the battery is like 75%. So obviously a corded drill, something like a nice beefy like Milwaukee or something is probably best. But honestly, this stupid rigid drill has amazed me.
It did a good job, yeah.
It did everything, and I'm really surprised. Now, granted, if you use this for industrial use, it probably wouldn't hold up, but we're not that, and I've only used this for a couple of small projects and never riveted a whole freaking interior, and this thing held up really well. So.
No metal on metal sound. I mean,
Yeah.
It's pretty tight fit.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure when we drive this, we're gonna hear all sorts of new noises, but but yeah.
You won't be able to hear anything when you're in your helmet.
Yeah, so far there's no real noises, and we're quite happy so far. Now progress is not as quick building this Exocet as it is taking apart the Miata.
Definitely tedious.
Yeah, but such is life. So, Rome wasn't built in a day. You just keep taking small
Well played, sir. That was deep.
So, yeah, we just keep taking small bites of this, and eventually we'll have an Exocet. So, where are we gonna put the battery? Behind the passenger seat again?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That'll be part of what are we doing with the seat rails.
Ah, gotcha. What's this hole for?
I think?
I wonder if that's for the battery or for the power one.
No.
Because that's the way it ran up in the original
I think
Miata.
that's actually where the buckle goes. Like the
Oh, the seatbelt buckle.
seatbelt.
Oh, if that's the case, then we have a lot of room back there.
Yeah, it might be. 'Cause this one's got one on the other side as well.
Okay. Yeah, so it's probably that then.
Yeah, because it's also reinforced. So.
Oh, yeah, I think this is for the handbrake, right?
Yeah, the two holes over there?
Yeah, yeah.
That was the handbrake.
Oh, nice. Glad they gave us that. I thought we'd have to fab something up. Yeah, so, okay. So that's where we're at, and we'll let you know what happens next time.
Yeah.
And, no major blocks so far. We bought a new drill bit, where last we told you guys we broke the drill bit. We bought another one from Home Depot.
Yeah.
Or Lowe's. It worked.
$4.
Yeah, $4 later, we're back in business. So that's where we're at now, and we'll see you guys next time. That's the end of our video.
On A&G Garage.
A&G Garage. Bye.